What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Road to Indy TV. I'm your host, Tony Laporta, and we are here in the Pacific Northwest for the Soul Red finale, the final weekend of racing on the Mazda Road to Indy presented by Cooper Tires, Portland International Raceway, and Portland, Oregon, a town I used to call home until I was kicked out. On this week's episode, we walk around the paddock and find out what drivers' favorite memory off track was this season. Rob gives us the inside scoop on the MRTI, and I take on one more driver in our final installment of Drivers versus Tony. So, for one more time, stick with us and get ready for another episode of Road to Indy TV. Portland International Raceway, the site of this season's Soul Red finale. And what does that mean? Well, the end of the 2018 Mazda Road to Indy presented by Cooper Tires. I know, I'm heartbroken about it too. And with the end of the racing season now upon us means the start of the offseason. We're going to walk around the paddock here in Portland and find out what the drivers plan to do with the upcoming off time they're about to have.
I may be going to Cancun to have some fun with my friends. It has been a rough year, so yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the off season and see what the destiny has for me in the future.
I'm restoring two go-karts from 2000, so I'm restoring them and making new paint and stuff. So for me and Linus, so we are going to drive with them in the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go down to Florida where my dad lives and spend some time down there. And then I guess just more so relaxing while I have some time.
Being in San Diego, it's always just one big season for us, so I'll probably do the same old and go to the beach. And
A lot of spike ball.
oh yeah, a lot of spike ball. I'm going to bring it out next year. Next year, I'm going to bring it out and we're going to play.
It is all hockey from here on out because I'm going to play on a team called Junior Gold A, and this year we are going to have a really good shot to go to the national championship. And so I'm really looking forward to that.
What position do you play on hockey?
Center.
All right, well, go get into a fight for me, okay?
I'll try.
The final race of 2018 here on the Mazda Road to Indy means one thing, and one thing really only. It's time for the final installment of Drivers versus Tony. You know and love me. I'm Tony. And Parker Thompson, what are you?
A driver.
It's time for the final competition head-to-head. We've done physical fitness, we've done eating challenges and Lego building, but today, you and I go head-to-head in a battle of intellects. It's going to be Road to Indy trivia. They're going to ask you 7 questions, me 7 questions, and high score wins. Are you ready?
Very ready.
Parker Thompson, good luck.
St. Pete, Barber Motorsports Park.
Grand Prix of Indianapolis, the Freedom Weekend at Indianapolis on the Oval.
Then we went to Road America. Then we went to Toronto.
Iowa in July, Toronto in July, Mid-Ohio in July, Gateway in August, Portland in September.
I don't think it was Kirkwood. He didn't always qualify on pole, but he was always winning races.
Pato Award and Indy Lights. That's the final answer. I want to lock it in, Alex.
I think it was Patricio Award, Pato. Wasn't Barber. Wasn't St. Pete.
I want to go with Streets of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Road America. Final answer. Oh!
Oh, huh. That's easy.
Kyle Kirkwood. Final answer.
Woody, a.k.a. the infamous Kyle Kirkwood, with 12. Bruh, which Pro Mazda driver crash went viral? Really?
Harrison Scott.
Harrison Scott doing the backflip in Toronto.
6 every weekend. 6 in St. Pete. 4 in Barber.
So 6 plus 4 is 10.
19 once you count the ovals at Indy.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Oh, but then there was an extra one for USF, so 39.
45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 total.
And then we come here 6, 47.
What the
There's no way Tony is getting that. No way.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm sour about this one. I should have had a couple sweeps.
Well, Kyle Kirkwood had 11 in a row coming in. Oh, that's so hard.
2 for Pato, 3 for Kirkwood, 3 for Renus, and a total of 3, 6, 8.
I don't know. With Renus's and Patos, I want to say 10. How many Indy Lights laps? That's insanity. You should be smacked for asking me that question. How many Indy Lights laps?
490.
I'm going to say 850. The Soul Red finale looked like every other weekend so far this season in the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship powered by Mazda, as Kyle Kirkwood swept yet another weekend on track. The Cape Motorsports driver survived a wild race one on Saturday that included a very hectic start for Kalen Frederick and other front runners. Following a mid-race restart, Kirkwood drove to his 11th win of the season. Igor Fraga would ultimately have his second-place finish taken away by officials after being assessed avoidable contact penalties. Calvin Ming would inherit the second-place finish, and D-Force Racing driver Corey Enders rounded out the podium in third. Race 2 on Sunday afternoon once again belonged to the Floridian, as Kirkwood scored his record-tying 12th race win of the season. Pabst Racing locked up the team championship thanks to Rasmus Lind's second-place finish, while Pelfrey's Julian Vandevat first trip to the podium included a third-place finish. By simply taking the green flag in race 1 of the weekend, Renus VK secured the Pro Mazda Championship. That didn't mean he would take it easy in Portland though. VK and scholarship driver Oliver Askew had an exciting race from the green flag down to turn 1 that saw Askew steal the race lead. From there, Askew ran away to his first win of the 2018 season. VK was the runner-up, while former championship combatant Parker Thompson rounded out the podium in third. Race 2 of the weekend would see a similar start, as VK would lose the race lead off the start heading into turn 1. But this time, the whole shot would go to BN Racing driver David Malukas. The Pro Mazda Championship wrapped up under green flag conditions as Malukas drove to pick up his third winner's trophy of the season. VK posted back-to-back second-place finishes as Saturday's winner, Oliver Askew, completed the podium in third place. The top rung of the Mazda Road to Indy had a pair of very wild races in Portland. But before the first race of the weekend in Indy Lights even began, drama unfolded in qualifying for race 2 as championship point leader Pato O'Ward made heavy contact with the tire barriers in the final complex of corners, relegating him to start the second race of the weekend from the rear of the field. The Mexican driver was able to lay down a fast enough lap in qualifying for race 1, however, to start from the pole position. The start of race 1 saw championship rival and teammate Colton Herta stay as close as he could to O'Ward before the teammates traded the race lead over the middle portion of the race. Ultimately, the event came down to a drag race into turn 1 that saw O'Ward take the lead back, while Herta found the outside curbing. As Pato crossed the line for the penultimate race win of the season, his teammate Colton Herta finished a close second. For Herta, though, it wouldn't be enough, as Pato O'Ward hoisted the Indy Lights Championship trophy high in victory lane on Saturday. Sunday morning's race start was wild to say the least. The pack fanned out wide following the green flag heading into the festival turn, and then it tightened right back up. Drivers throughout the field found each other quickly as the pole sitter Ryan Norman was taken out by contact involving Victor Franzoni. Dalton Kellett was forced to take evasive action through the cutoff into turn 2. The action kept him from hitting his competition. Unfortunately, it did not keep him from hitting the sandbag-filled signs in front of him. Following a full course yellow, the racing resumed. Aaron Telitz had picked up the lead from the calamity in quarter 1. His Belardi teammate passed him a short while later, all while Pato O'Ward was charging from the back of the grid. Arudia could not hold off the new champion, and O'Ward took the lead away before driving to the race win, his 9th of a championship-winning season. Stingray Rob, thanks for giving me the mic back. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Tony?
Terrified that you just held my microphone. Was that fun for you?
I mean, it's a microphone. talk into it and try not to look at it.
Wow, very good. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. If you stare at the microphone, it really trips you up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I heard you and Calvin Ming are going to start a band.
No way.
Why not?
No.
No. You don't want to play guitar?
No.
What I want to know is, when you look back on your 2018 Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires, what's your favorite memory off track?
So we were road tripping from Toronto down to Mid-Ohio for the Mid-Ohio test. And my engineer was driving. We had the whole crew in the car. Really boring drive. Really boring. I decided at the gas station I would buy a piece of paper. I bought a Sharpie and a piece of tape.
Yes.
And I put honk if you're something on the back of our rental. And we got honked probably 15 times. My engineer had a mini meltdown because he thought that he was doing something wrong.
Honk if you're something.
Yeah, we don't want to disclose that on TV.
Oh, so it was a naughty word.
Yes, it might have been a naughty word.
Okay. You can say it and we'll bleep you out.
Road America was a lot of fun because I got the call to run with these guys on a Monday, flew out on a Tuesday, and then finally got to be reunited with the rest of the Arms Up boys on Wednesday. And it's kind of been a long time coming because we've tried to work out a deal for the past 2 years. So being able to hang out with these guys in Elkhart Lake, which is kind of their hometown as well, was something that was a lot of fun for me.
So you didn't do anything illegal this year?
No, I didn't say that.
Probably the chicken tenders that I had for lunch today.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
I think maybe golfing with Dalton Kellett, actually, at Indy before the Freedom 100. That was pretty fun. Went golfing with Dalton, just him and I, hanging out for the day out on the golf course. Couple of bros, swinging some sticks.
It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in the head.
Your crew guys are staring at you. Do you know that over there?
They always stare at me.
Why?
Because I'm good looking.
Hello, race fans. I'm Rob Howden, the voice of the Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires, and I'm also the MRTI Insider. I've been bringing a lot of great intel throughout the season, what's going on in the paddock, but right now, just a couple of days from Gateway, we really don't have a lot to tell you about. Really, it's all about questions right now. What's going to happen in 2019? USF 2000 looks very, very strong. We got new teams coming in. Miller Vinatieri Racing, Jay Howard, Able Motorsports. There's a lot of teams coming in, a lot of great drivers we expect to see in USF 2000 next year. And again, one of the big questions is, who's going to graduate? Who's going to move up? Who may stay another season to try to get the scholarship for 2020? Pro Mazda's been absolutely amazing. Rinus VK is going to win the championship. He's going to move forward. He had a fantastic year, won a ton of races. What does Parker Thompson do? Is he going to be able to put together a program to get into Indy Lights next year? Does he somehow find his way back to Pro Mazda again? There's so many unknowns in terms of Pro Mazda and USF 2000. Indy Lights, of course, everybody's wondering what's going to happen there. A lot of fantastic information. Obviously, the scholarship moving from $1 million to $1.1 million for next year. As well, they've cut some costs for the teams as well, trying to keep those budgets down. Everybody working hard to try to get Indy Lights back to where it used to be. I think the big thing is the fact that we've got more teams coming in. Number one, Carlin Racing, they say they're coming back with at least a two-car effort. And we know that Sam Schmidt's been poking around the paddock as well. We may see Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports back in Indy Lights in 2019. Thankfully, Indy Lights has Andretti Autosports, such a huge proponent of the series. They're going to have 4 cars next year. Team Pelfrey's going to try to come back with a couple. Juncos Racing will likely be back with 2, potentially with Rinus VK. And more teams potentially looking to come into the program. As again, right now, not a lot of insider information, more just questions about what's going to happen in 2019.
And just like that, the final weekend of racing here in 2018 has come to an end. A great year of racing on the Mazda Road to Indy, presented by Cooper Tires, is over. And personally, I can't believe my 3rd season on this fantastic show is over. Folks, if you've been watching this show for a while and you know Mazda Road to Indy Racing, then by now, unfortunately, you know that Mazda will be leaving the Road to Indy program following this weekend in Portland. I have to take a personal moment to say thank you to everyone at Mazda Motorsports, especially John Doonan and Kyle Kimball. Not just for everything they've done for junior open wheel racing in this country, they've elevated the careers of the drivers, the crew members, and the teams. Without them, the Road to Indy wouldn't exist. That'll do us here for the weekend in Portland, but stay tuned to Road to Indy TV, folks, because coming up in just 2 short weeks, a special championship wrap-up edition of Road to Indy TV will be coming your way. We thank you for tuning in, and for everyone at Road to Indy TV, I'm Tony Laporta saying thanks, and we'll see you down the road.